Number 10. Beyonce. In 2018, Kimberly Thompson, who performed the drums in Beyonce's backup band for 7 years, filed a bizarre request for a restraining order, accusing the singer of practicing vindictive witchcraft. The filing claimed that she dabbled in extreme witchcraft, dark magic, and cast magic spells of Among other allegations, Thompson also claimed that Beyonce murdered her pet kitten and utilized spells to tap her phone and control her finances, all in an effort to keep her under surveillance. A judge, of course, quickly turned down her request for the temporary restraining order, but the shocking accusation did rehash the long-running conspiracy theory that Beyonce and her husband Jay-Z are high-standing members of the Illuminati. The crazy thing is that up until this point, Thompson's career has been insanely successful, so why would you put it all on the line if she didn't genuinely believe in what she was saying? What's even more bizarre is that she made a video explaining the accusation, and she seems to be in the right mind. Number 9. Azealia Banks. The 31-year-old rapper has been extremely open about practicing witchcraft compared to her celebrity counterparts, but she's also known for taking it to disturbing lengths. In 2016, she posted a series of shocking videos to Instagram where she admitted to practicing 3 years worth of brujeria, which is a Spanish word for witchcraft. She told viewers that she was cleaning the room that she's been using for animal sacrifices. In the video, her walls were covered with what appeared to be hardened stains of blood, while a mix of feathers and a black substance was on the floors. It also looked like there were at least 2 dead chickens in the room. Azealia can be heard saying real witches do real things. Fans still thought she might have been joking, but they found it hard to defend her after another video she posted in 2021, where she was digging up and boiling her dead cat. Yes, you heard that right. She later confirmed that it had been dead for 3 months. So make of that what you will. Number 8. Lana Del Rey. In 2017, the singer tweeted instructions to her fans to join a mass occult ritual against the then president Donald Trump. The messages were cryptic, but those practicing witchcraft were easily able to decipher what she meant. She wrote, "At the stroke of midnight, February the 24th, March the 22nd, April the 24th, and May the 23rd. Ingredients can be found online." The dates refer to the timing of the waning crescent moon, which occult followers believe is the time to get rid of stress and negative energy. She called on witches from around the world to cast a binding ritual on Trump once a month in an effort to get him removed from office. Lana then confirmed her intentions in an interview with WME later that year. She said, "Yeah, I did it, why not? Look, I do a lot of crap." She said that she believes there's a power to the vibration of a thought, and that words are one of the last forms of magic. Even though Trump did lose the re-election, how do we know that the hex actually worked? Number 7. Jennifer Lopez. The singer may have mastered a lot of skills, but no one has accused her of actually mastering black magic herself. As for outsourcing it, well, that's a completely different story. Back in 2011, several Spanish language media outlets ran with some suspicious accusations that came from a woman who was dating J-Lo's first husband at the time, Ojani Noah. She said, "I've been told that she does worse, frightening stuff. Jennifer has a godmother in Miami, which I've never met, but Ojani knows her. And she calls this woman to tell her, do this to this person and put up a black candle. She's done spells on all of her boyfriends." She went on to say that this is a typical thing for anyone involved in Santeria, but even with all that, she always ends up leaving them. So essentially, she claims that J-Lo doesn't perform any rituals or spells herself, but that she outsources the work to her godmother, who is apparently a lot more active with that stuff. Number 6. Heather Graham. In 2009, the Hangover actress revealed that she started a witch coven with her friends. She said, "I met these really cool women in a female empowerment class, and we started getting together. A few of them read witchcraft books, so we came up with some fun rituals." She went on to say, "We wish for things like love, money, hot sex, meaningful work, better self-esteem, and more gratitude. We had dance parties and called upon the elements. One night we were calling on the elements on my friend's rooftop and a storm broke out, but Heather insisted that their coven had never wished evil upon someone else. She said, "We never jinx someone with evil spells. We meet in order to release positive energy. We sent Barack Obama positive energies so that he would become the next president. I always liked magic. Now when I see Obama's picture in the paper, I feel good." That sounds like a vibe to me. When it comes to female friendships, there's nothing like a slumber party and a bit of witchcraft. Number 5. Sammy Davis Jr. The legendary singer was one of the first known celebrities to dabble in Satanism. According to his 1989 memoir, Why Me?, it all started in the 60s when he was invited to a party by a group of young actors with red fingernails, which apparently signified their allegiance to the Church of Satan. When Sammy arrived at the party, all the attendees were wearing hoods or masks. This is where it gets crazy. The singer wrote that the centerpiece of the coven was a naked woman chained on a red velvet covered altar, but apparently she was okay with it. Sammy wrote that chick was happy. Then he claimed that one of the ritual's leaders tilted back his hood and revealed himself as Jay Sebring, Hollywood's all-time greatest hairdresser. Sammy continued to attend satanic parties and eventually joined the church. In 1972, he decided to launch the first ever satanic sitcom called Poor Devil. It was a show about a demon trying to work his way up in hell, but unfortunately the pilot failed to be bought by NBC because religious groups were dead against it. Number 4. Fairuza Balk. In 1996, The Craft hit theaters and mesmerized audiences with its dark portrayal of a high school where teenagers dealt with real issues. Fairuza played Nancy Downs, the rebellious teen whose love of witchcraft became an obsession with power. So it's no wonder that soon after the film's release, there were rumors that she practiced witchcraft in her personal life. It didn't help that she actually bought an occult shop in LA while filming the movie, but according to her, it's all a huge misunderstanding. She says the true story is, I found this occult shop in LA and I used to go there and ask them questions and do my research. The woman who owned it wanted to retire. She couldn't put the kind of money into it that it needed to keep it up, so it was going to be turned into a Chinese restaurant. I thought, for the oldest occult shop in the country, that's a tragedy. So I bought it and put some work into it and helped it survive. So there you have it. She was probably just supporting a small business. Number 3. Stevie Nicks. The singer's tendency to sing about things like crystal visions and cats in the dark, as well as her fondness for flowy black clothing and shawls, meant that rumors started spreading that she was an actual witch. But the Fleetwood Mac singer didn't take too kindly to the accusations. She told the LA Times, in the beginning of my career, the whole idea that some wacky, creepy people were writing, you're a witch, was so arresting. And there I am like, no I'm not. I just wear black because it makes me look thinner, you idiots. Which is hilarious because sometimes a woman just likes black clothing. It doesn't always mean that she's a goth, or in Stevie's case, that she's an actual witch. But funnily enough, after decades of having to go on the record saying that she does not and has never practiced any sort of black magic, she finally leaned into the rumor by appearing on American Horror Story Coven in 2013. Talk about self-awareness. Number 2. Spencer Pratt. The Hill star is super into crystals and believes that they have immense power to affect your life. Because of the strength of his convictions, he got into a crazy feud with Jennifer Lawrence. In 2017, she told Vogue about her troubles moving into her new home. She said, the house had crystals everywhere and I was like, please get rid of these. I don't want people to come over here and think I'm a crystal person. I hate crystals. Soon after the story ran, Spencer Pratt claimed that he felt personally attacked by her remarks. He said, she was talking about me in Vogue like 100%. I'm this crazy crystal person that she's clowning. So I'll see her. We'll bump into each other at the Beverly Hills Hotel. I see all the A-listers and they run from me. He also blamed the actress for his skin rashes and claimed that she was doing spells on him. So it's pretty clear that no one should come between Spencer and his crystals. And coming in at number 1, Malia Nurmi. The Finnish actress was better known for her alter ego of Vampira during the 1950s, but despite the aesthetic of her character, the rumors that had circulated about her had less to do with sucking blood and a lot more to do with casting hexes. So what was the basis for this accusation? Well, it was because of the untimely death of James Dean. In 1954, Malia began hosting midnight showings of horror movies on TV, dressed as Vampira. She became the first horror host in America. James Dean eventually became a fan and a friend of hers, and even briefly appeared on her program. People thought they might have had some kind of a relationship, but when he was asked about this, Dean said that he doesn't date witches. So when he tragically died in a car crash in 1955, the tabloids ran stories claiming that Malia had hexed him because of unrequited love and caused the crash herself, which must have been a very hurtful thing for her to hear.
Coming at number 10, Logan Paul. If you've been following Logan Paul, then you'll know that he recently got involved with a meme crypto coin called Dink Doink. So stupid.
People love it. Like, it's just fun. And it's cartoons in South Park style. I'm a Dink Doink fan. It's the dumbest shit I've ever seen, and that's why I'm all in.
It's comedic, it's fun, it's comedy.
Now Logan tried to make it seem like he was just proposing this big opportunity to take part in a new coin, but in reality he has been accused by his fans of actually starting the coin to scam them. What's annoying is how transparent Logan is with this scam. If you don't know, a lot of influencers recently have been promoting these altcoins. Then what happens is their fans think that if they buy a bunch of it, they'll get rich quick, because that's what most of these influencers are telling them. Then what happens? The value of this coin goes up and the influencer promoting it sells off their shares and makes a ton of money while everyone else loses their investment. What's bizarre is that Logan is acting like this coin is funny in some sense. I honestly don't know how it's funny in any way. I mean, it might be funny for him once his bank account changes, but not to his fans. But little did he know the CEO already outed him for his involvement. According to Deserto, the CEO of Dink Doink said, "We might as well be honest about how this came about. I was chilling with Logan and we were like, what's the most stupidest name that we can think of for a coin? Dink Doink, and it just came alive." I'm sure it did. Coming number 9, Brittany Dawn Davis. Back in 2018, this fitness influencer faced a ton of backlash after she was accused of scamming her followers into paying for a $300 diet plan, exercise program, and online coaching sessions. On top of that, she promised her fans that she would provide them with an ebook about her course, but after paying for it, many people received nothing at all. When a man actually confronted her about stealing all of this money from her followers, she actually owned up to her scamming ways and made an apology video about it. Not to him, of course. No. At first, she refused to speak with this guy at all, and then much later, a vague apology was read from her phone addressing the situation. Allegedly, she still hasn't even issued full refunds after being called out by her followers. People even started a petition to stop her from promoting this bogus program, and in the description it says, with over 500,000 followers primarily made up of young girls, Britney falsely promotes women empowerment on her social media platforms while continually scamming and lying to her followers, clients, and fans. Britney has scammed hundreds of women out of their hard-earned money through the fraudulent practices of her LLC, Britney Dawn Fitness. Coming in number 8, Giovanna Mendoza. What's worse than listening to a vegan tell you about how great they feel is following someone that is famous for that. Giovanna Mendoza, who goes by the name of Ravana on YouTube, was famous for her vegan recipes and routines. She often preached how terrific the diet made her feel, which excited her legion of vegan fans. Unfortunately, she was pulling one over on those loyal followers. Her messaging is all about revealing your authentic self and urging her fans to eat fruits and veggies only. Yet when another vlogging friend posted a video of herself eating with the
Llevo aquí más de un mes, pues no aquí, pero sí en Asia.
It was a huge fail that lost her many fans along with angering those who already don't like vegans. Coming in number 7, Aggie Lau. Back in 2018, this travel influencer faced immense backlash after charging her followers nearly $500 for a crash course on how to grow their social media. Although sadly, they did not exactly get what they expected. In fact, after receiving payments from a number of people, she allegedly just disappeared, citing health issues and Wi-Fi problems. What's wild is that the people who bought into this scam said that half of her lessons on social media included having fans try to sell and promote her products and the course itself. Nice little pyramid scheme we got going on here. Her story soon went viral though, and so she was left with no choice but to give people back their money. Coming number 6, FaZe Clan. The whole FaZe Clan has come under fire recently for also getting involved with this recent cryptocurrency scam. More specifically though, FaZe Clan has fired Kay and suspended 3 other members, Jarvis, Nikan, and Tico. Back in June, it was revealed that the pro gamers promoted an altcoin called Save the Kids. A portion of the proceeds they collected from their fans was supposed to go to charity. Unfortunately, that was not the case. According to Kotaku, after a ton of people invested in this altcoin, the value suddenly dropped dramatically, leading to a lot of people losing a ton of money, and then accusations were hurled at these FaZe Clan members for engaging in a pump and dump scam. In a statement from FaZe Clan, they said, FaZe Clan had absolutely no involvement with our members' activity in the cryptocurrency space, and we strongly condemn their recent behavior. The trust and respect of our fans has been and will always be our #1 priority. I'm sure. Coming in number 5, JStation. With close to 6 million subscribers at one point, JStation had cultivated a massive audience over the years of people that just love to get scared by his content, even if they knew it was a little bit fake. Clearly all of his videos are pre-planned, but that didn't really seem to matter to them. At one point in time, people really did engage and love his content. Although as time went on, he never really grew with his viewers. The thumbnails had more clickbait, the titles were bizarre, and not too long ago he actually faked the death of his girlfriend. Oddly enough, they had just started a channel together, but for whatever reason, he coerced her into making a video to fake her own death. People honestly had no idea if he was telling the truth until she made a video exposing him and his manipulation. And it would have been bad enough had he just made that one video, but then he monetized a video about her resurrection. It was all very bizarre, and from that, he lost a ton of subscribers. Coming in number 4, RiceGum. In his first popular video, RiceGum criticized young social media stars who made their name on the app Musical.ly. He called out the app's biggest stars for their behavior in their Musical.ly videos, which he thought was inappropriate for their age. And this kind of stirring up drama with other YouTubers is what made people attracted to his content. Along with that, his videos ranged from diss tracks with pretty whack bars to overly sexualized thumbnails, all leading to his annoying mouth firing off about practically nothing. His mystery box scandal that immediately felt fake to anyone that's at an age of critical thinking is most likely what led to him getting a lot of hate. None of his audience members had a problem with him stirring up beef with other YouTubers because they were in a position of power. Although when you promote gambling to an underage audience and accept the check without looking into the details, that just comes off as evil and a bit of a scam. Instead of taking full responsibility for what he had done, RiceGum leans into the claims made against him. He proceeds to shift blame and snitches on other YouTubers who have made similar videos asking for them to be called out as well. When does that ever work? Never. The answer is never. Coming in number 3, Marina Joyce. When Marina was 19, she was a YouTuber that was primarily known for her quirky and upbeat personality, so fans really became concerned when all of a sudden the style of her video drastically changed. It went from that to just a bunch of weird blank stares as she often looked off camera. Viewers even alleged that they noticed a gun in the background of one of the videos and then began debating if she was being held captive. Many fans suggested that she even looked frightened and distressed and noticed what they presumed to be bruises on her arm. Plus, at one point she appeared to whisper the words "help me." It got to the point where fans were convinced that she had been kidnapped or something. And so Twitter was a mess with people suffering from anxiety and panic attacks from worrying so much about Marina. Experts even called this a serious case of emotional contagion, where one person's emotions and related behavior can trigger similar emotion and behavior in other people. Although it turned out that everything was fine. Even the Enfield Police Department paid her a visit and then tweeted this out: "Officers have visited YouTube user Marina Joyce. She is safe and well." Now, Marina tried to act like all of this was just crazy speculation from her fans, but I think she knew exactly what she was doing. You see, this publicity stunt led to even more views on her channel, and now she has over 2 million subscribers. So you do the math. Coming in number 2, Trevor Martin and Tom Castle. Back in 2016, 2 major Counter-Strike players tried to scam their own fans with a gambling site that they pretended was just something that they had stumbled across. You know, similar to Logan Paul and the Dinkdoink coin. These 2 gamers promoted a Counter-Strike gambling website and then acted like they didn't create the website themselves. This gambling site allowed users 13 and up to trade and gamble on weapon skins for actual money. In most of their videos, these 2 were heavily promoting the website and would make these fake celebration videos acting like they had just won massive prizes on their own site, which of course triggered FOMO in their fans, and so they tried to also gamble on the website. Both of them denied any wrongdoing and then tried to say that their involvement with the company had always been on the public record. Oh, so you were just knowingly lying to your fans about stumbling across the gambling site. Okay. Trevor would later admit, "I created the site. I wanted to build something awesome for other people to enjoy, and I played on it. Obviously on my end, me playing on Lotto rather than other sites gives me an advantage because it promotes my own site, but it is not immoral. There is nothing wrong with it. I am 100% honest." Last but certainly least, our number 1 spot, Sam Annihilator. Okay, now this last one is pretty messed up, and again, I want to be clear that this is simply accusations from fans of these 2 that I have read online. Back in 2015, these 2 became brief YouTube stars when their video called "Husband Shocks Wife with Pregnancy Announcement" quickly went viral. The viewers really loved the emotional yet feel-good clip. However, 3 days later, they revealed that Nia had actually lost the baby after suffering from a miscarriage. This was all explained in a video called "Our Baby Had a Heartbeat," and the couple explained that while they were saddened by the loss, they were going to seek comfort through their faith in God. Unfortunately, not even God could save them from the backlash they received after the couple attributed their rise in subscribers to the recent miscarriage, which led viewers to question the legitimacy of what they were being told. In the tweet, they said, "Our tiny baby brought 10 million views to her video and 100,000 new people into our lives. She turned our life around and brought us closer together." Then to make things even weirder, Sam was exposed as being one of the many men who had signed up for the website called Ashley Madison. That's the one where people arrange a meeting to cheat on their spouses.
And at number 10, FaZe K. 3 members of the FaZe clan are another group who have been labeled scammers following a pump and dump crypto scheme. After the scam was exposed, the FaZe clan decided to drop FaZe K from their organization, along with suspending Jarvis, Nikan, and Teko. This scam was surrounding an alleged charity coin called Save the Children. All the above FaZe clan members mentioned appeared in a video promoting the coin. And not only were they promoting the coin when they knew it was worthless, they tried to make it more appealing by labeling it a coin that would benefit charity. How scummy do you have to be? After the coin sharply dropped in value following the release, it was clear the influencers had pumped up the price using their followers and sold themselves at a high. And at number 9, Jay Shetty. Jay Shetty's backstory reads something out of a movie. After struggling with substance abuse as a teen, he became a monk and traveled the world meditating and preaching about spirituality. After years of this, he started a Facebook page where he ended up racking up over 25 million followers. But it turns out that he was a fraud, and a lot of the motivational quotes that he posts online that he credits to himself are stolen from other people. And of course, we know everyone steals everything on the internet these days, but the fact that he was not giving credit really rubbed people the wrong way. Nicole Arbor laid it all out in a video exposing a lot of his lies and plagiarism. Now Shetty credits most of his content, which Arbor attributes to her video. And at number 8, Emma Chamberlain. Emma Chamberlain was the most beloved YouTuber in 2018, and she grew on the platform incredibly fast. So when it was time for her to release merch, her fans were dying to scoop it up. However, instead of traditional merch, she decided to release a clothing line instead called High Key. However, the way the clothing was released led many to believe it was a scam. Firstly, when you went on the website to buy the products, they were all blurred out, so you couldn't even see what you purchased before you bought it, which is really weird. That's something I personally have never seen before, I don't think. Then when the products came, the cries calling it a scam grew even louder. One point of contention was a scrunchie set. She charged $25 for a set of 3 scrunchies, which many found ridiculous. There were also accusations that she dropshipped the products from a Chinese retailer who was selling them for a fraction of what Emma was. The items did sell out though, so it was definitely a success. In at number 7, Tana Mojo. The most infamous YouTuber scam is definitely TanaCon, although no one's really sure if Tana is the one that scammed people or the guy that helped put on the convention, Michael Weist. Tana made the convention just to spite VidCon, the biggest YouTube convention out there, and she went so far as to put the convention down the street on the exact same weekend. Am I the only one who could smell disaster from a mile away? So even though the venue Tana booked could only hold a little over 1,000 people, she sold tickets for about 5,000, leaving 4,000 of her fans that bought tickets to be there standing out in the hot sun for hours. Thankfully nobody got hurt, but with the lack of security and resources, it had the potential to go even worse than it did. And at number 6, Bella Thorne. When Bella Thorne joined OnlyFans, she was so successful that she broke multiple records, and she even allegedly earned $1 million after just 24 hours, making her the first person to hit that landmark number in one day. However, shortly after, she was called out for scamming for multiple reasons. Firstly, she only revealed after everyone signed up that she wouldn't be doing nude content. Then she tried to privately sell lewd photos of herself for tips, but when the photos weren't actually what she advertised, her page had a record number of refund requests. And as a result, OnlyFans permanently changed the amount that content creators are allowed to accept as tips. This caused massive backlash, with the vast majority of content creators telling her to get off the app. Bella apologized, but the damage was already done. Halfway at number 5, Jake Paul. Jake Paul has dabbled in the world of online education courses multiple times, and every time it was labeled a scam. His first online school, called Edfluence, was launched in 2018, and it was supposed to be a series of videos that fans could unlock for $7 that would give them a roadmap to success as an influencer. But it only unlocked the first few, and it was actually another $54 to unlock all the videos. The next thing he launched was a platform called the Financial Freedom Movement, which was offered for $19.99 a month. When talking about the movement, he said, quote, "Basically, I'm sick of our education system, and I was teaching kids 0 real-life skills for them to secure their own future. I'm creating a movement for everyone who wants to take life into their own hands." But that was a flop. Everyone memed the hell out of it, and there hasn't been any new content posted to it in months. And at number 4, CG or Creative Guy. YouTuber CG or Creative Guy set up a scam product to sell to unsuspecting people, but instead of going through with the scam and pocketing the money, he decided to share with his followers how he scammed people so they can avoid it. If you haven't heard of dropshipping, it's rampant online right now, and chances are that you have bought from a dropshipping company. Dropshipping is not technically a scam, but basically the owner sells you something from China that they didn't even touch for a massive profit. So GC decided to make his own dropshipping company, and he sold watches 100 times what he paid on AliExpress. To his surprise, in just one day, he was looking to make over $3,000. But thankfully for the buyers, he told them they were getting pranked before they actually bought, and he showed them the warning signs of a dropshipping site. And at number 3, Gabby Hanna. Gabby Hanna was called out big time for allegedly scamming her fans after she promoted makeup brushes on her channel that were not good quality. The company in question was Kenza Cosmetics. In her video, Gabby said the brushes were free and you only paid for the shipping, which was $10. After many of Gabby's fans started purchasing the products, they started to get disappointed when the brushes did not arrive after a few weeks. The backlash got so bad at one point that Gabby was being labeled a scammer, who lied to her fans and promoted a scam for her fans to buy. After the outrage against Gabby, she decided to address it all in a video, and she famously told her fans that they needed to, quote, "manage their expectations when buying products online." And although this isn't an outright scam, Gabby definitely should not have promoted this. And at number 2, Caroline Calloway. This Instagram influencer has had a rough few years and has been labeled a scammer on multiple occasions. She became known online for documenting her life as a 20-something in New York, famous for her long and detailed captions about her life. But it all came crashing down when she decided to host a few workshops for $165 a head. Her fans were happy to pay that amount if they felt it was worth it, but sadly it was not, and much of the event fell short of expectation. But that's not all. She was labeled a scammer once again when a former friend of Calloway's exposed her for having a ghostwriter. This was yet another stain on Caroline's reputation and made it clear that she had a lot of secrets. And finally at number 1, Belle Delphine. Belle Delphine is infamous online for trolling her own fans, and she did it best with her bathwater scandal. Whether this is a scam is in the eye of the beholder. Honestly, I think she's just a genius businesswoman. After getting numerous requests from her fans, Bella decided to bite the bullet and sell her dirty bathwater in jars for $30 a piece. The stunt went so viral that the bathwater was sold out almost immediately. After getting tons of backlash for the sale, she decided to do it once again and sold out the next round of bathwater in minutes as well. It's long been rumored that the bathwater isn't actually hers to protect her DNA and a whole host of other reasons, but I guess we may never know.
Coming at number 10, Austin McBroom. You know, we have to start this list off with the infamous Austin McBroom. I'm sure we could do an entire list on just his own scams, but let's revisit a few of his more recent ones, shall we? After being outed as the CEO of Social Gloves Entertainment, Austin came under fire for not paying the fighters. If the fighters don't get paid, well, then the scam was to get these inexperienced influencers to bring their fan bases in to watch them fight each other so that Austin could essentially make some money. Hopefully that all gets sorted out soon though. In addition to that, however, Austin was also called out in February for selling a program where he promised to teach people the secrets to social media and help them achieve their dreams. Pretty generic, but that's how he sold it. In order to access these courses, fans needed to purchase a thing called a gold membership, which is priced at around $49.99 a month. And because the first way to make money is to give to Austin. Hold on a second, that doesn't sound right.
In reality, like, you guys got scammed.
Coming at number 9, Catherine McBroom. Even Austin's wife, Catherine McBroom, is under fire from a lot of fans who are complaining about their orders from her skincare company, 1212 Gateway. I saw a lot of buyer's remorse as well happening, with one customer on Instagram saying, "Their resolution to my damaged $100 order was to send a $20 gift card. Save your bank, y'all." With others giving a much harsher warning, even calling the product itself disgusting. Another customer commented, "Do not buy these products. I loved them the first time I purchased, but the second time I ordered, they came dirty with pubic or nose hair. Disgusting. I posted a video on TikTok." And so that we can prove that we have the receipts, let's play the TikTok of this customer unboxing their Catherine McBroom skincare products. And if you're eating, maybe wait. Coming number 8, Alyssa Violet. Alyssa Violet, who has just over 3.7 million subscribers on YouTube, left fans frustrated and very confused after she did a Louis Vuitton giveaway. In order to enter the contest to win a Louis bag, all you had to do was follow a company called Cheek that was sponsoring this giveaway and tag 2 friends in the comment section. At first, Alyssa posted that she would be announcing the winners very soon, but then that post was suddenly pulled away. Then when fans checked this Cheek page, it resulted in a broken link. From there, this other account appeared called Cheek Wins, and on that page, they began saying that they were going to now notify the winners. However, one of the winners from California told BuzzFeed News that she has not yet received her Louis Vuitton bag and that communication was awful with Cheek. Cheek then also responded to BuzzFeed and said that the winner would receive their prize soon, but the other 2 winners were suddenly disqualified for being too young or not residing within the US. Plus, to make things even weirder, the spokesperson for Cheek also said that they've now scrapped the company. So yeah, one big scam for more followers, I guess? Hope it was worth it. Coming at number 7, Cole Kerrigan. Cole was accused of scamming his fans after he posted an Instagram story saying that he would give promos and shoutouts on his page, but would be charging about $100 per person. He's no stranger to controversy either. In May of 2019, he was kicked out of the Team 10 house and even accused Austin McBroom of SA. Needless to say, he spent a lot of time getting himself into drama within the YouTuber community alone. People became suspicious of this whole shoutout scam though after screenshots showed that Cole had asked those paying him to categorize the payment under family and friends rather than business, therefore avoiding paying any taxes. Then on top of that, several people said that they had spent upwards of $300 and ended up receiving no shoutouts. Plus, when they complained on Twitter, Cole just blocked them. Coming at number 6, Kayla Massa. Kayla Massa had garnered over 300,000 Instagram followers and around 100,000 YouTube subscribers. But on February 13, 2020, federal authorities in New Jersey arrested and charged her after a complaint led to her being found guilty of illegally scamming over 45 of her followers out of almost $2 million, many of which were businesses and people under the age of 18. Kayla would post photos of just piles of money and then caption them with something along the lines of, "Hit me up if you're interested in making legal money." It's weird that they have to put legal in there. When people would message her about this, she would encourage them to hand over their banking information so that she could better manage their money. And once she had access to, things like their PIN card and credit card number, Massa would then drain their accounts. She would hide fake checks of stolen money by depositing them into her followers' bank accounts using the names of real businesses, and then would withdraw the cash before the bank could flag it as suspicious. Authorities were able to link the fraudulent checks to specific stores, and after checking security cameras, found Massa on film shopping and paying for items with these checks. Coming number 5, the Hype House. Now, although it has been a very long time since the Hype House has uploaded any content to their YouTube page, they still have an impressive 1.67 million subscribers. Plus, every video has over 4 million views. But back in August of 2020, when this TikTok squad was really popping off, they came under fire for allegedly scamming their fans with a new merch promotion. Hype House co-founder Thomas Petro advertised a necklace as free and even went as far as claiming that they were worth upwards of $100. All you had to do was pay about $20 for shipping and handling, which is pretty bonkers for just a necklace. Meanwhile, others took more of an issue with who this promotion was aimed at, with many accusing the Hype House of taking advantage of their young and naive fan base. Coming number 4, FaZe Banks. The FaZe clan has been growing their allegiance of fans exponentially really after they made history when appearing as the first ever gaming organization on the cover of Sports Illustrated. FaZe Banks in particular has just over 5.2 million subscribers on YouTube, but most of his fans get updates from him via Twitter, where he has an audience of 2.7 million followers. Much like many other influencers though, FaZe Banks has been accused of scamming his fans with cryptocurrencies. Specifically altcoins, like you can see in this tweet. He announces it as just a giveaway, but that $10,000 is just in whatever this crappy altcoin is. So a bunch of his fans go buy it based on the fact that FaZe Banks supports it, and then it drives up the price, and then Banks just withdraws his money, and then the value drops. For example, that 10 grand, which was a prize, is now worth about $1,000. I mean, who knows? It could even be less at this point. Coming in number 3, Aiden Ross. Aiden Ross is another popular Twitch streamer who has crossed over to many other platforms and garnered a large audience. His YouTube channel has just over 1.4 million subscribers, but while appearing on Twitch, he told his audience that he had partnered with a new altcoin, similar to FaZe Banks. He then told them that he gets to give out $20,000 of this coin, but after he pumped up its value and then dumped the crypto, people saw a significant loss. For example, if you purchased $100 of the token that he was promoting, it would be worth close to $10 today. The worst part was how open he was about scamming his own fans.
Chat, by the way, that MILF token I did a while back, I already told you guys don't buy that shit. I got paid a bag to do that shit. Like, I don't give a f. How many of you guys actually bought it?
Coming in number 2, Karina Kopf. Karina, who has 5.7 million followers on Instagram and 2.3 million followers on Twitter, tweeted out her OnlyFans launch that soon went viral. After fans of hers paid the $25 fee to sign up for her OnlyFans account, many of them were furious to find out that she was basically just resharing photos from her Instagram page. Def Noodles reported on the outrage and said, Karina Kopf's fans angry after many spent $25 on her brand new OnlyFans, only to find many of the 11 pictures available had already been posted on Instagram, according to Newsweek. As a result, some are calling Karina a scammer. Although Karina was quick to defend herself and later said in a tweet, "People who think my OnlyFans is about to be just Instagram content, you're dead wrong. If I posted everything right out of the gate, it would just get leaked, just wait." Even with all the backlash though, she still had no qualms about sharing how much money she made from, scamming her new subscribers. Adding in another tweet, "We are 0.01% of all creators on OnlyFans." Weird flex, but okay. Last but certainly not least in our number 1 spot, MrBeast. MrBeast is perhaps the biggest philanthropist on the platform, and because of his good deeds, he has garnered just over 64 million subscribers. Plus, he is consistently on YouTube's trending page. However, after a recent Magic the Gathering challenge / contest, really, MrBeast came under fire for not paying the winners. MrBeast joined the official Friday Night Magic stream, where he challenged players to knock him off of his pedestal. A total of $50,000 was up for grabs that would eventually be split between 2 lucky winners who actually defeated MrBeast in this game. Unfortunately, despite the event actually taking place on April 23rd, neither of the winners have received any of their prize money. And this has led some to believe that the event itself was actually not intended to have a winner and was instead a scam. One player even started a Reddit thread to track the progress of this story and said, "In my opinion, the giveaway was flawed from the start or intentionally designed to have a big chance of no winner at all, because there was most likely a big number of ineligible participants, either by age or country or residence, and each winner had a period of 10 or 14 days, not sure anymore, to claim the prize, and if no one claims claims the prize, they may look for another winner, which they might do once, but if no winners are found in the second round, I doubt they will try again to find another winner. And unfortunately, that's how the scam goes.
And starting our list off at number 10, of course, are we really surprised? We got Kylie Jenner. Now technically, I'm about to bang out 4 celebrities all in this one number because Kylie has apparently been making the rounds. Toward the end of April, Kylie was photographed going to hang out with her gal pal, Stacey Koalu. Wow. You know what, guys? Moving forward, her name's just gonna be Stacey. Clearly this is problematic aside from the fact that I can't say Stacey's last name. Kylie also shouldn't be leaving her house to go hang out with her friends. Reports also claim Travis Scott has been seen hanging out at Kylie's house to keep her company, and obviously because they have a child together. Kim Kardashian also recently exposed herself and Kylie to the world while appearing on Jimmy Fallon's show via video link. Kim explained she went to go see Kylie, who did her hair and makeup, you know, the important things. Now on to number 9, Tom Brady. Yes, he is the GOAT and most likely needs to be outside to eat grass that grows on his front yard. But that doesn't give Brady any exceptions when it comes to practicing social distancing and making sure he listens to the health officials. For those of you who don't know, Brady recently signed to play for the Buccaneers in Tampa, Florida. And although people are excited, when he was spotted working out in a park downtown in the middle of April, well, he was technically breaking the law. An employee patrolling the park unknowingly approached Brady, who lost to the Philadelphia Eagles in Super Bowl 52, and told him he had to go. Clearly Tampa Bay didn't want to piss him off, so the city actually tweeted at him in the most apologetic way ever. I quote, cited, "To clear up any confusion, at Buccaneers QB at Tom Brady was cited in one of our 194 beautiful parks. He was not cited as some media outlets have reported. We are excited to welcome Tom and everyone back to all of our parks once we have punted COVID-19 downfield." Obviously trying to clarify that Brady was spotted and not given a ticket, even though he broke the law. So why wasn't he given a ticket? Because he's not human. He's a goat. On to number 8, Madonna. Alright guys, look, my birthday was in March. I didn't throw a party, nor did I even see my friends because things had just started locking down. I knew better than to act a fool. Yet for some reason, Madonna over here decided she was going to fly across the world from the UK to New York just to attend a birthday party. Clearly, I need friends like Madonna. The party was for Stephen Klein, a photographer who apparently didn't mind hugging his friend, who might have actually had the virus just days prior to his party. In an Instagram video, Madonna actually claimed she had tested positive for the antibodies, suggesting she may have had the virus and was asymptomatic. Even though many think once you contract the virus, you're immune, the World Health Organization has released a statement clarifying that there is no evidence that having antibodies means one is now immune. Either way, the party was live streamed, so why couldn't Madonna just say hi over video chat? On to number 7, Iggy Azalea. I'm sure I've said it before on camera, but when all this is over, I'm getting a much needed mani-pedi. Judge me all you want, it feels good, looks good, and really, who doesn't like getting pampered? Apparently Iggy over here just couldn't wait like the rest of us, so she decided to actually hire someone to come to her house and give her a manicure. As you can imagine, some of Iggy's followers let her have it, explaining how she shouldn't be having workers come into her house, especially considering how she's in LA, and California has been hit quite hard with the virus. Iggy didn't see a problem with her telling her followers that it's her business if she wants to risk having a worker in her house, and she assured them that the nail technician had gloves and a mask. She also promised that there wasn't any tongue kissing because I guess that's the only way one could contract the virus. On to number 6, Chris Cuomo. TV journalist and CNN news anchor Chris Cuomo, who's also the younger brother of New York's governor, Andrew Cuomo, actually tested positive for the virus back in March. Now, as we all know, there's a 14-day self-isolation period that you need to adhere by to ensure that the virus is completely out of your system. So when Cuomo was seen out and about with his wife and children on April 12th, looking at a new property the family was building, well, people weren't too happy. His wife tested positive for the virus 4 days later, and Cuomo himself got into it with a man riding his bike who called out the CNN anchor, asking him why he wasn't staying home, even though he knew he had the virus. Cuomo claimed the biker got into his personal space, but I mean, that's kind of irrelevant. The man shouldn't be leaving his house if he has the virus in the first place. Halfway now at number 5, Vanessa Hudgens. Now, when all this started, like many others, Vanessa didn't realize how serious it could become. So when she first heard about the thought of having to self-quarantine, or at the very least, limit gatherings to no more than 10 people, well, she just wasn't having it. Taking to Instagram Live, Hudgens said, I quote, "It's a virus, I get it, like, I respect it, but at the same time, like, even if everybody gets it, like, yeah, people are gonna die, which is terrible, but like, inevitable?" End quote. As you can imagine, people weren't thrilled with what Vanessa said, and although I'm sure her intentions weren't bad, some things are better off left unsaid. Following the backlash, Hudgens would apologize, tweeting out a Notes app apology. In her apology, she called her words insensitive and pointed out that the situation was a wake-up call for her to realize the significance her words have. Now at number 4, we got Josh Brolin. Now you most likely know him as Thanos, but it seems he was making headlines recently for all the wrong reasons. After going to visit his father, James Brolin, and stepmother, Barbara Streisand, wow, talk about a power couple, With his wife and daughter, Josh posted a picture of everyone gathered together wearing masks. Fans were quick to call out Brolin for not practicing social distancing guidelines. In response, Brolin would post a video to Instagram saying he was humbled by the criticism he faced following the post. In the video, Brolin actually explains his father lives next door to them, but I quote, "We had a plan to go see them and not be near them, and that plan was broken, and that's our responsibility. I think that was irresponsible," end quote. Now on to 3, Ivanka Trump. I mean, when you're the daughter of the president, I feel, although you technically shouldn't be, you're kind of above the law. Now, I'm not saying that she is above the law, but as you can imagine, after breaking the law, she was defended by the government. And as far as I'm concerned, that means you're above the law. Over Easter weekend, Ivanka, myself, and Jews all over the world celebrated Passover. However, Ivanka traveled from Washington to New Jersey to celebrate, and that was problematic, considering how the US government urged people to stay home and avoid social gatherings. So you can see why this would be an issue. Yet a White House official told CNN, I quote, "Ivanka, with her immediate family, celebrated Passover at a closed-down facility considered to be a family home. Her travel was no different than had she been traveling to/from work, and the location was less populated than the surrounding area near her home in DC," end quote. Alright, look guys, it's an important holiday, but we could all be together over video chat, something Ivanka clearly didn't care to do. So I call BS. She literally traveled from Washington to New York. It's not like going to and from work, I'm sorry. At number 2, we got Dak Prescott. Now, if there is ever a chance that I, as an Eagles fan, can bash anything to do with the Cowboys, you bet I will. And although originally I wanted to put Dak at number 1, I couldn't just give the Cowboys first place, regardless if it's not a list they'd want to be associated with. So the story here is quite simple. Former Cowboys receiver Dez Bryant posted a photo to Twitter tagging Dak, clearly indicating that the two had been practicing together on the field. Although some Cowboy fans were excited at the idea of Dez returning to the team, most people called out America's team's QB and Dez for not practicing social distancing. I mean, it's one thing to fail year after year on the field, but at the very least, Cowboys players should follow the law. On to number 1, Evangeline Lilly. Back on March 16th, the Canadian actor posted a photo to her Instagram page of a cup of tea captioned, I quote, "Morning tea, just dropped my kids off at gymnastics camp. They all washed their hands before going in. They are playing and laughing, business as usual." As you can imagine, people in the comments started to go off, calling Lilly out, who referred to the virus as a respiratory flu. Just 10 days later, Lilly posted an apology, explaining that when she first posted the photo of the tea, authorities ordered for gatherings to be limited to 250. 2 days later, things changed. To which Lilly explained, I quote, "Please know I am doing my part to flatten the curve, practicing social distancing, and staying home with my family," end quote. She went on to offer her apologies for, I quote, "the insensitivity I showed in my previous post to the very real suffering and fear that has gripped the world through COVID-19. Grandparents, parents, children, sisters, and brothers are dying. The world is rallying to find a way to stop this very real threat, and my ensuing silence has sent a dismissive, arrogant, and cryptic message. My direct and special apologies to those most affected by this pandemic. I never meant to hurt you. When I wrote that post 10 days ago, I thought I was infusing calm into the hysteria. I can now see that I was projecting my own fears into an already fearful and traumatic situation," end quote.